Hello and welcome into Mason High School for today's matchup between the Mason Comets and the MND Cougars in some GMC GCL action. I'm Evan Amazon, joined by Addison Lenhart. How are you doing this afternoon, Addison?
I'm doing great, and we've got certainly a great matchup. Two of the top programs in Southwest Ohio, and a lot of other athletics, and lacrosse is no different. Mount Notre Dame comes into this game 3-2, 1-1 in their conference. Comets 4-0, coming off a dominant victory against their GMC arch rival Sycamore. It should be a great one today.
Yeah, the Comets won 19-4 against Sycamore, and Sycamore certainly no joke in the GMC. They won it in 2019. Of course, there was no season in 2020, unfortunately, but yeah, so Sycamore's at the top of the GMC every year. As we're going to take a look at some keys to the game.
And for the Comets, they got a lot of depth, two really talented goalies, and defensively, they've got a lot of talented players. For MND, lax IQ is going to be the key for them, being really smart offensively and defensively, not trying to do too much. And then for Mason, control the tempo, get up and down the field at their pace.
Yeah, MND, you saw they're a young team. They have 4 freshmen. 2 of them get a lot of minutes. So.
And MND offensively is going to be led by Taylor Cox, their leading goal scorer at 15 in just 5 games early on in this season.
Yeah, she has it right now, trying to go behind the goal, looking for a teammate. Like you said, one of the best at assists in the GCL.
Sarah Grove, the goalie for the Comets, didn't start that game against Sycamore. Erica Eller put together a really nice performance in that first half, but Grove only giving up 1 goal in the second half with a lot of key saves. One of the best players in the GMC, Josie Allen, had a tough time getting anything past her in that second half. And the Comets are a very patient defensive team, but they will put a lot of pressure on you. But they're
yeah, it's passed by Bloomke over to Olivia Ryan. MND taking their time here, trying to look for the best opportunity they're going to get. It's tough to find these great opportunities against a solid Mason defense.
Looks like MND not in any hurry to start this game. Really trying to be disciplined. Only 2 goals in their last game against Marymount.
Yeah, they lost 17-2, so just trying to keep it close early is probably part of their goal.
The Comets have certainly proven to be one of the best teams in the area as we take a look at that call there. Look like Connors and Crew. As the Comets are going to take possession, that's Katie Banks, the defender for the Comets.
They're trying to find Sammy Connors there, goes a little long, but Comets still able to keep possession. It's a pretty good look right there.
And that's Lauren Stone. Lauren Stone, one of the better offensive players for the Comets coming into this game with 10 goals. She had a really nice game against Sycamore as well. And the Comets are going to get up and down the field, got a lot of length and athleticism, and a lot of talented offensive players.
They're also a really good passing team. The top 5 assist leaders in the GMC are all from Mason. Even though they played one more game with some of their teams, it's still impressive. It just shows how unselfish they are.
And this offensive attack really centers around 2 players for the Comets. It's going to be Lila Galinsky, the sophomore, and then Megan Carroll, the Hofstra commit for the Comets. Both of them tops in the GMC in goals scored in this young season.
Yeah, Galinsky in the game against Sycamore had 5 goals, so. Only a sophomore, super impressive. Comets are going to get the goal on the penalty there. Megan Carroll, another goal for her. Hofstra commit again, making a big play for the Comets. We've seen that from her all year.
Yeah, that's going to be the 12th goal on the season for Megan Carroll. Really talented player for the Comets. And she picks her spots opportunistically, and she's a really great passer as well. One of the top in assists in the GMC, 7. She leads the conference in that statistic as she gets the Comets on the board early in this game. And the Comets are no stranger to fast starts as they got up 3-0 real quickly on Sycamore in that game. Kind of let Sycamore back in it. It was a 4-3 game at one point, but then the Comets from that point on pretty much just ran away from it.
That was a really good shot by Carroll. Nice low to the right of the net. It's almost impossible for the goalie to get. Ainsley Kemp, sophomore goalie for the Cougars.
Yeah, and as you see that draw from the Comets, that was a big storyline. There's going to be another one, that time by Livy Oler. But the Comets putting Sammy Connors in the middle, she was able to take advantage of a lot of those opportunities. Her and Sydney Minnick really dominated those draws for the Comets against Sycamore. As you take a look at Lauren Stone there, making a really nice pass there to Livy Oler. Oler had a couple goals against Sycamore as well. Really balanced offensive attack that the Comets can throw at you at any time.
That was a great job by Oler the junior, just letting it go quickly. She saw she had an open shot, open lane quickly. When she got the pass, didn't waste any time, didn't hesitate, got the quick goal, and just like that, Comets are up 2-0.
There's Sammy Connors again, making it easy for her teammates to take advantage of those draws and get heading towards the goal.
And Connors again.
And it's the captain, number 41,
And Sammy Connors are going to get a goal there. Also a member of our sports radio staff here at the high school, so really nice goal from her. Nice spin move.
Yeah, Connors is really a do-it-all player for this Comets team. She had a couple goals against Sycamore as well, and right there getting in on the act. She's got a lot of skill and a lot of athleticism, showing it off there with that goal. Senior captain for this Comets team as she heads to the middle for another draw.
And it looks like the Comets are going to win it again. Up to Sydney Minnick from Connors, and Minnick trying to run around, and that's a pretty good block there, it looks like.
And you saw a lot of that from the Sycamore defense as well. Comets just able to run straight at the goal pretty much unimpeded as Sydney Minnick saw a lane and was able to take advantage of it. And if not for that penalty, would have got a really good look.
That was a good job by Kemp in the goal. MND is finally going to take control of possession for a moment. Looks like the Comets fighting for it. And that's going to come up with MND. So they haven't really had much possession other than the first couple of minutes of the game when they were looking for a good shot.
And these are opportunities that the Cougars are going to need to take advantage of. Comets are really not going to give you that many opportunities defensively and offensively. They don't make a lot of mistakes.
There's Carlstrand. Taylor Cox.
Yeah, she's the junior midi, and she's the leading goal scorer for the Cougars, one of the best players in the GCL. And she's going to be key if the Cougars are going to be able to get back into this game. But just as we talked about quick starts, Comets come right out with 3 goals within the first 4 minutes of game time.
That's going to be a penalty on the Comets. So Taylor Cox trying to get a goal, and she bounces that one low. It's a really great job by the Comets defense. Good job by Sarah Grove in the goal.
Sarah Grove, really talented goalie for the Comets, but they've got a lot of depth at that position as well. They've got a lot of depth at every positions.
Ava Mahoney, the sophomore, is going to get a goal for the Comets. So everyone getting involved early.
And as you can see with a lot of these goals, the Comets are really not having to work the ball around that much. MND defensively not proving to be much of a challenge to this dominant Comets offense.
Yeah, Golinsky, who's the leading goal scorer for the Comets, instead making a really nice assist there. Perfect pass in the middle to Mahoney.
Looks like some substitutions on the defensive unit for the Comets. Anna Huang, Jenna Harris, Claire Bauer, and Marley Block into the game defensively for the Comets.
It's really impressive for players like Golinsky and Mahoney and other sophomores like that are playing. This is essentially their freshman year of lacrosse since they didn't get to play last year. This is their first year playing. It's their first year on varsity, so it's almost as tough for them as some of the other freshmen. And the Comets are going to score again. It's Ava Mahoney again with her second goal of the game. It looks like the refs are
Looks like that one's
discussing
something.
something.
That one might be called back. A little bit of confusion there. And that looks like that goal is going to count. Just a really good job, really good chemistry out there. Zoe Miller seeing Mahoney close to the goal, right in front of it, and making a really nice pass. And she's able to cash in for her second goal, and it's already 5-0 Comets.
And Zoe Miller, just a freshman, so it's freshman to sophomore on the goal there. Miller, the only freshman on varsity for the Comets. So it's already 5-0 here early. Now it's going to be Peyton Flynn.
And we're talking about all these young players that the Comets are trotting out there right now. And a really talented senior class that the Comets are going to be graduating this year, led by Grove, Connors, and Carroll. But they've certainly got the depth to back it up at the other positions.
So now Peyton Flynn for the Comets. Pretty good catch there. I believe that was Carroll.
It looks like Comets are going to take possession. That's going to be Zoe Miller out there. Really good look there.
A really good cut and a good pass from Miller as Lauren Stone is going to get another goal. So that was a really nice cut.
Lauren Stone with the goal, 6-0.
And that's what this Comets offense is going to do to you. Really opportunistic passing and cuts to the middle of the field, making it easy for their teammates. Zoe Miller, just a freshman, able to make that pass, and then Lauren Stone finishing.
Yeah, and all the Comets goals, like you mentioned earlier, Addison, they really haven't had to work too hard. I mean, it's been all pretty easy, just kind of running the goal, one pass. M&D defense going to have to pick up if they want to stay in this game much longer.
And picture perfect start for the Comets in this game. 6 minutes in and 6 goals. They're going to take another draw here.
That's another goal for the Comets. That's Ava Mahoney with her 3rd goal of the game already. Already early in this one, so already gets the hat trick just about 6 minutes into this game.
I mean, what a start. 7-0 already. And this is what the Comets do to you. And I mean, they played on on Wednesday against Sycamore. Thursday. They played Thursday against Sycamore. And this was, I mean, a similar performance that they had. Sycamore able to punch back a couple times as we take a look at Ava Mahoney there. Another pass right in front of the goal. Able to cash in. I mean, Sycamore was able to kind of punch back a little bit, but we haven't seen that from MND yet.
Yeah, Flynn again on the draw, and the Comets trying to come up with it. And MND is going to get possession. They need a goal in the worst way in this possession, just trying to stay in this game, already down 7-0.
Barely any time has come off the clock in this game as well. Still single digits of game time has come off. I mean, it's pretty much a 7-0 head start for the Comets.
Cox looking for a teammate. Finds Maddie Jones, the junior.
Feels like we haven't gotten a lot of opportunities to say the names of a lot of these MND players, and that's just because the Comets have been just so dominant on both sides of the ball.
Sarah Grove making a nice play there, coming out of the goal.
That's just not something you're going to see from a lot of goalies. Really athletic and opportunistic play.
Pass does go a little bit high. That was the right idea there, just a little bit high to Jenna Harris, the senior.
And Grove is just so much more than a goalie for this team. She's the captain defensively. She runs the show for the Comets.
I'll have a look at her play in a minute for you.
MND trying to get cut in the middle in this Comets. Does such a good job just not giving MND any passing lanes as they're going to get another turnover.
And that's the difference that we've seen so far in this game, is the defensive pressure for the Comets. As we take a look at Sarah Grove talking about that pressure. And she's running away from the goal to make that play. If that pass goes through, the Comets are in a bad way as they're pushing again.
And another goal from the Comets. Megan Carroll this time cashes in first second goal of the game.
And the senior captain offensively for the Comets, she's a force as she makes a really just beautiful pass fake there. She gets all the way to the goal and cashes in for the Comets' 8th. Looks like Mount Notre Dame's going to spend a timeout here.
I'd say it's a smart timeout, Addison.
I mean, it's certainly got a little bit out of hand early on in this game. So far, we're averaging a goal per minute. Comets are on pace to score 50 right now. As we're going to head to a quick break. The Comets up 8-0, 17 minutes to go in the first half.
On air or online. This is media for your community. This is ICRC TV.
Their coaching staff trying to just fire their team up, doing anything they can, trying to keep them in this game. Because even though they're down by a lot, they might not be able to win this game. But you still want to keep your spirits up, try to play as hard as you can, and carry some momentum into the next game farther in the season. Because this is still early in the season.
Absolutely, and if you're a head coach, I really don't know what you say. At this point in the game, only 8 minutes in, and you're already down nearly double digits. It's kind of hard to get your team motivated to go out there and play as hard as you can when they've just been dominated in all facets of the game.
It's going to be a good opportunity for the Comets, too, trying to get some of their younger players, some backups in. We're going to help them be a big piece of this team in the future as well.
Yeah, well, Comets are certainly going to have an opportunity for some extra repetitions here. And when you get into blowouts like this in pretty much all sports, that's what these games kind of become. The Comets have been rolling with their second string defensive unit for a couple minutes now, and MND has still not found a way to get on the board.
It makes it pretty easy for the defense when the offense controls the time of possession and always wins these faceoffs.
Looks like that's going to go MND's way. False start of the Comets.
That was a pretty good catch there by Miller, going up with one hand, getting it. Unfortunately, just a penalty there.
They've got a lot of talented athletes on this team, pretty much at every position. We haven't even seen a goal from MND, but we haven't even really seen any good looks that they've gotten. Taylor Cox has had 2 or 3 maybe, but Sarah Grove has made quick work of getting those far away from any scoring opportunity.
Yeah, probably their best opportunity was Cox off the penalty. Just left it a little short, bounced it in front of the goal.
And that's really what MND's going to have to take advantage of. They're going to have to take what the Comets give them.
Yeah, Cox bobbles it there. Able to get it back, though. Anna Hong playing defense on her.
Here we go. This is going to be big for the Cougars here if Cox can cash in. Just over 15:30 to play.
And a really good job by Hong cutting her off there, as well as Peyton Flynn. That's really good defense, beating her to the spot, but it looks like there's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, that's just not really a play that you see from a lot of teams. Is they'll usually try to cut the offensive player off in that situation. But the Comets have the athleticism and the foot speed to be able to do that. Not a lot of teams at the high school level able to make an athletic play like that.
That's also an interesting result because just for today's game, like a lot of these GCL teams are just powerhouses in their respective sports, but this is kind of the one where GMC seems to have GCL beat. It was in lacrosse.
I mean, based on the early returns of this game, it would certainly appear that the Comets are superior to the Cougars. Of course, MND comes into this game third in the GCL at 1-1. Seton undefeated 3-0, leading that conference. MND girls basketball team coming off a dominant run to a state championship.
Yeah, they got their 10th state championship. Probably would have got another one last year, too. They were one of the best teams in the country.
And when you've got these private schools around, you expect them to just essentially be a factory for talent. But the Comets, I mean, they compete with a lot of those private schools in pretty much all sports. It's pretty shocking when you talk about Mason High School and how dominant they can be in a lot of different sports without having that pull that a lot of private schools do. Of course, you're stuck with one district, but Mason is certainly a good one to be stuck with.
All right, you gotta give a lot of credit to these coaches in all their respective sports, just being able to just kind of, you know, like you said, you only have the people who are in your district, and the Comets just do a great job of just coaching a lot of these kids up, getting them to stay, and producing some really great teams.
You also got to give a lot of credit to the players buying into that system that the coaches have put in place and saying, you know what, we're going to go out and we're going to get some championships and some wins for our public school that we've grown up in. That's not something you see a lot of times. You'd see a lot of these athletes that the Comets have kind of grown and developed throughout the years. You'd see them at a lot of different private schools. But they've stuck with the Comet system, and it's paying off greatly here.
So there's a little confusion going on there.
Comet's offense has actually slowed down a little bit. About 2.5 minutes without a goal.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up that pace of 1 goal per minute, so it's hard not to slow down a little bit. So Sammy Connors playing defense on Cox. That was a good job. That was a good job by Lauren Stone, although she wasn't able to come up with the interception. She kind of funneled Cox in right into the heart of this Comets defense. That's good defense by Ellie Samini.
The Comets are on the run again. This is where a lot of their goals have come from, defense to offense. In transition, talking to a lot of the players and even the coaches on the Comets side, they want to use that athleticism that they've got to get up and down the field, but then also use that length defensively to kind of set up those opportunities offensively.
And Megan Carroll, another goal going behind the net this time. Get another one for the Comets. So hat trick for Carroll, hat trick for Mahoney.
And One of the shining spots of Carroll's game, honestly, is her placement on those shots. Saw it a lot against Sycamore, and you see it a lot in this game. She's able to use that pass fake and that shot fake to her advantage, and then she puts it, nestles it right into the bottom corners lots of times. You can just tell that she's worked on her craft a lot, been around the game a lot, and it's paying off in a great way here, as we're almost up to a double-digit lead, not even halfway through the first half.
Now Connors this time on the draw. The Comets trying to come up with it. MND's with possession here.
And just look at the pressure that the Comets are putting on them. And they're not fouling. They're just sliding their feet and getting in front of the offensive players.
Yeah, it was Payma, the junior for MND, with the turnover there. Really good defense by the Comets.
Got a good replay of that for you. Right in the double.
As we're going to take a look at that play, Stone and Carroll, two of the more talented offensive players on this team, but showing their versatility and their just total complete game that they've got, making that nice defensive play.
Yeah, Connors to Oler, now back to Stone. Good cut by Oler, trying to get her second goal of the game.
Looks like it's going to be a foul on MND. Here comes an opportunity for Livy Oler. She's already on the board in this game. 12:06 to play in this first half. It's been all Comets so far.
Comets doing a great job on these penalties as well, offensively and defensively.
It might be one of their few misfires that they've had. It seems like whenever they've gotten that close and gotten that good of a look, they've been able to cash in.
Yeah, definitely a really high percentage, especially from up close.
That's a good stand by the Cougar defense there. And the Comets are just physically imposing on this MND offense right now, not making things easy whatsoever.
Yeah, MND going back, passing it back to the goalie there, trying to swing it around the field.
The Comets are just in every lane right now, going for those interceptions.
Cox trying to split the Comets defenders. Good defense. Really good defense there from Connors and Julia LaSala, the senior, both seniors.
Here come the Comets, I mean, right back up the field. That's just a good job by Carroll there. Looking like she wanted to take that one all the way, but a smart decision to pull that one back out. The Comets have just been fundamentally sound in all facets of the game so far.
And now Ashlyn Lockhart, the junior, with a penalty opportunity to score. That one's no good. Good job by Kemp in the goal. Comets keep possession.
And that's another thing you talk about a lot in other sports, is especially basketball, is second chance points and second chance opportunities, and the Comets are getting a lot of those. Whether it's off a draw, getting the ball right back, off a goal, or just off a shot, as we see right there, Lauren Stone able to cash in.
That was a super nice cut again. We've seen that a lot from Stone.
And Lauren Stone gets the 10th goal for the Comets.
A little like U-cut right into the goal, and that worked out pretty well there.
The defensive play, the counterattack, and then the goal.
So we've hit the running clock now with that double-digit lead. As we take a look at Sammy Connors clearing that ball, getting it up the field. And then this is just a really nice job by Carroll, looking like she wanted to take it all the way, as we said earlier, pulling it back out and getting it to somebody who's in much better position. And then Stone with that nice cut across the middle of the field, as Evan said, And just another perfectly placed shot for the Comets to get their 10th and send this game into a running clock.
Another thing you mentioned before, Addison, which is you've definitely seen, the Comets are just a quicker team, and sometimes it just comes down to that. You saw all 3 players on that last play just beat their defenders down the field with ease.
And honestly, what this reminds me a lot of is that national championship game between Baylor and Gonzaga. A lot of people thought that Gonzaga was just going to come in and dominate, but Baylor was the quicker, more athletic team, and that's what you see here from the Comets. Their quickness and athleticism is proving to be.
I'm not sure anyone thought MND was going to come in and dominate this solid Mason team, though, but I know what you're saying there, because Baylor, a super athletic team, and Gonzaga expected to win, but it didn't end up happening.
You certainly don't expect an outcome like this at the high school level, especially between 2 storied programs like Mount Notre Dame and Mason, but absolutely.
That game kind of messed up my bracket, too.
Here's another opportunity for the Comets. Didn't have a lot of these early on in the game, but in recent minutes, they've gotten a couple now. As Cindy Minnick's going to try and take advantage.
And Minnick there. It's another goal for the Comets. Making it look easy. Just Comets are doing a great job on their shots, placing them and just in the lower third part of the goal, or even bouncing it in, just making it virtually impossible for Kemp to stop it.
And the Comets are just getting to the goal unimpeded. And they're getting the looks that they want. And it's essentially shooting practice out there for them. Shooting practice with a goalie.
Flynn on the draw now. This first half's winding down. Running clock now, about 7 to go.
And another control for the Comets.
It's going to be Minnick again. Going to put possession there.
This has proven to be one of their strong points early on in this season, is their ability to control those plays and take advantage. And we've seen this a couple times as they've gotten it to some of their players behind the goal and have flashed their scores in front of the goal, trying to get some of those passing and cutting opportunities. See, there was a play right there.
A really good cut again. Minnick, the second goal in about less than a minute.
And Minnick just coming around. Looked like a sort of a screenplay there from the Comets. Really opportunistic pass there, as we're going to take a look at a replay.
That Comets is really quick off those cuts. They've been doing them all game and works to perfection yet again.
And MND has just been slow to read those plays, and the Comets have recognized that and taken advantage.
Yeah, we said it like about a couple minutes ago. The Comets offense seems to be slowing down, but they're really picking back up right now. It's not that they actually slowed down. It's only 2 minutes without a goal. It just seemed like they slowed down a little bit compared to what they've done the rest of the game. Minnick with the ball again. Comets going behind the goal.
Looks like a whistle was given on that play. Yeah, it's Lila Galinsky controlling it for the Comets. And she's scoreless so far in this game. She's the leading goal scorer for the Comets and the GMC.
I was just going to mention that. Who would have thought the Comets would be up 12-0 without Galinsky scoring a goal?
It looks like there was a yellow card on that play. It's going to go against MND. And now Claire Davis is going to get an opportunity. Comets are going to keep possession here.
That one looked to maybe go in the side of the net there, kind of behind the goal. But Kemp's going to take it out.
Here comes that pressure, putting it right on the clearance. And an errant pass. It's going to be taken by the Comets. Really nice heads-up play there by the sophomore Ava Mahoney.
And Zoe Miller gets the goal.
And Zoe Miller with her first goal of the game, the freshman, getting a goal for the Comets, 13-0.
Man, what a versatile play there by Mahoney. Just putting the pressure on the goalie to force that turnover. And then she just makes a beautiful pass there into Zoe Miller for the goal. And it's now 13-0, rolling under the 4-minute mark. And the Comets have showed no signs of slowing down. They had 12 goals in the first half against Sycamore, and they've already passed that mark with still 3.5 minutes to play.
It was a really nice pass from Mahoney. Her momentum kind of taking her back there from what we saw. So kind of fading away from the goal. Still able to put it on the mark. So MND is going to keep possession here.
It looks like Sammy Connors there with the yellow card. Inadvertent contact to the head of the Cougars player there. Let's see if Mount Notre Dame can take advantage offensively here.
There's Sydney Voss now trying to get on the board for the Cougars.
Looks like
That's Carl Strand.
this is a play that the Cougars really need to take advantage of. Wow, what a defensive play there. That was sensational there.
I believe that was Claire Bauer. Just knocking it away from Carl Strand.
She had a really good look. She was right up on the goal there. Sarah Grove was ready to contest it, but hitting the stick from behind and forcing an errant shot.
Sarah Grove hasn't really had to save many goals either. The Cougars haven't really. They've just been slow when they've gotten the ball, and the Comets defense has kind of swarmed them. Grove has really only had to make about one play this game. It was a really nice one when she came out of the goal.
Comets with possession again. Miller there was just swarmed by a couple of MND defenders as we roll down to the 2-minute mark.
And Miller now with an opportunity. Try to get the 14-goal lead. She gets it to go, so another one from Zoe Miller, her second goal of the game. Her second in a row, I believe, so it seems like when one of these Comet players scores, they'll just, everyone's got to score twice. Minnick had 2 in a row, Miller had 2 in a row.
And that's just really good awareness there by Miller. And a beautiful shot placement there, getting that one to go. 14-0 now, the lead for the Comets as they're going to have another opportunity to take possession here. Sammy Connors back in the game.
That's a football score right now. Addison 14-0. If I just saw this score, I wouldn't think this is a lacrosse game. I'd just say it's probably a football game. But yeah, 14-0 in lacrosse, certainly much bigger lead than 14-0 in a football game.
Yeah, MND certainly got a long way to go. They want any shot at this game as the Comets have just dominated in all areas.
Yeah, we're under a minute to go here.
Yeah, a little good sportsmanship there from Sydney Voss.
As Ashton Lockhart fell over there.
That's the beauty of high school sports. Even when you're down 14-0, you can still show good sportsmanship.
Yeah, it's definitely half the battle sometimes. So it's definitely tough to do when you're on 14-0.
Comets with 15 seconds. Let's see if they can get another goal here. Plenty of time to get a shot.
And there's going to be a yellow card.
More inadvertent contact to the head there. It's going to open up an opportunity for Zoe Crew, the senior.
Crew trying to make this 15-0 for the Comets.
Another senior captain.
Cougars trying to cut her off. And Crew's able to knock it in for the Comets, so it's going to be 15-0 your score after the first half. So we expected a win for the Comets in this one. I'm not sure anyone expected that Comets would be up 15-0 at halftime. I mean, 15-0 is a lot to win by in a game, but in the first half, that's unheard of.
Yeah, everybody's getting in on the act offensively, a really balanced attack, and then defensively that pressure and those opportunistic plays are really proven to be the difference in this game.
Yeah, we're going to take a break here for halftime. Be sure to tune in for the second half. Comets lead 15-0.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to ICRC TV Sports. Three-pointer. Got it! In for the Comets score. Win! The Comets win! Yeah!
That leaves us with the next item on our agenda is item number 5, opening session.
I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. If you're out here at the parade or listening, thank you again.
Into the end zone, and that is caught by Jaden Wood.
Come on now, how we doing? Y'all feeling all right out there?
Hello, and welcome to this edition of This is Glendale. I'm Bet Chorus.
Hey guys, this is Unit 1 crew from Limbaugh Fire Department. We just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And of course, you can always go to ICRCTV.com.
Always a great day when ICRC is involved.
Another edition of ICRC, bringing the community to you.
Hi, I'm Nick Foligno of the Columbus Blue Jackets. From the youth leagues all the way up to the NHL, sportsmanship is one thing that we can all have in common. The thrill of competing is great, but how we compete is important. Sports can teach kids so many more lessons than just winning and losing, and we can all make this experience a positive one that builds character and makes memories that last a lifetime. In the stands and on the ice, we can all do our part to make this a great event. Together, let's all respect the game.
This message brought to you by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Give your town a reason to celebrate, because every Goodwill item you bring home brings job training and more to your community. Goodwill, bring good home.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
It's a beautiful day out here, sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 70 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it, let's go.
On air or online, this is media for your community. This is ICRC TV.
And welcome back to Mason High School. We got a great day of lacrosse. Second half coming up. Comets with a 15-0 lead over the MND Cougars. And in the first half, it was really that balanced scoring attack that the Comets brought out against MND in that first half, Evan.
Oh yeah, everyone getting involved with the Comets. Just super impressive performance. Multiple players with 2 goals. I believe 2 players with 2 goals. And 2 players with a hat trick as well.
Yeah, the hat trick coming courtesy of Megan Carroll.
And Ava Mahoney as well.
Ava Mahoney, yes. Carroll, the Hofstra commit. She's certainly finishing out her high school career with a bang. 25 minutes of game time left. It'll be a running clock as the Comets with a double-digit lead over MND. Still scoreless in this game.
Yeah, Lila Galinsky for the Comets hasn't had a goal here, even though she's the leading scorer not only on this team but in the GMC and had 5 against Sycamore. So everybody getting involved. That's super nice to see that balanced attack, because that's going to be crucial for some games coming up in the season, especially ones that are going to be closer than this one.
Peyton Flynn in the center to begin the second half for the Comets, as well as Sydney Voss, the junior, as Minnick controls the draw.
Yeah, Flynn pass it around to Oler.
Carroll on the outside. She's been using the pass fake to her advantage.
Yeah, one of those little miscommunication there by Carroll. She was waiting for someone to pass to, and all of a sudden all the MND players kind of got out of the way. So
weren't expecting the shot there as the Comets retreat back defensively. So it looks like a penalty here on the Comets, as Ava Mahoney is going to leave the field. Sydney Voss, the junior, with possession for the Cougars. Comets put together a really complete defensive performance. A lot of pressure pretty much in every lane, not giving MND any opportunities at the goal.
Yeah, we mentioned before, Sarah Grove, one of the best goalies around the city, hasn't really had to make a lot of these big saves that she's capable of, because MND really hasn't had any shots on goal. Only one, I believe, in the whole game.
And Grove comes into this game with 38 saves on the season. That is good for first in the GMC, and she hasn't even played all of the halves. As we take a look at that play there, Katie Bangs out near the sideline, along with Elsa Karlstrand, one of the talented freshmen for this Cougars team.
Yeah, hasn't really been her night, but she's going to be one of the best players, especially coming up in the GCL, one of the best young talents in that conference.
Beautiful pass there from Megan Carroll to Sydney Minnick, and what a finish there.
Yeah, with that shot, just kind of a wrap around behind her head there. Wow, that was
Little behind the back action there from Sydney Minnick, and the Comets extend their lead to 16.
I see that in basketball with behind the back dribble, but in lacrosse, it's definitely a really nice play. Super impressive over the shoulder there, behind the back. Nice pass by Carroll. That's smart by Minnick. She knew exactly where defenders were. Payne was standing in front of her, so instead, running into her there, just goes behind, and it's good for 16-0. That's Minnick's third of the game, so another hat trick. 3 players with the hat trick for the Comets. Love to see it.
Just nothing Ainsley Kemp could do on that shot as Peyton Flynn in the middle again. Comets have pretty much dominated these draw controls. Some contact there, and Minnick controls it. Looking for a teammate. She finds Flynn.
Flynn trying to get around a few defenders. Got like 4 on her now, swarmed in the goal, but still gets it to go. So Peyton Flynn with a whole M&D defense surrounding her is still able to get it in the goal. That's about 1 on 6.
Yeah, what a nice job by Flynn. That's the Comets pretty much getting to the goal unimpeded a lot of the times in this game. That's where a lot of their goals have come from. Not had to make many passes, as on that possession it only took 1, and then Flynn able to use her skill and athleticism to get that one. Voss and Flynn.
Yeah, Flynn's won a lot of these for the Comets. See if she can get another one after getting the goal.
Comes Livy Oler right down the middle. Looking for a teammate. She finds Carroll. Carroll.
That got deflected there. Mahoney's trying to get it, so that's one of the rare defensive stops there that we've seen from M&D. A nice job coming up with it, and a foul on the Comets, so that's good defense there from the Cougars.
It looks like a little bit of mishandling there. Good job there. Swarming defense by M&D.
Yeah, Mahoney just unable to hold on to it there. And the foul on the trap on the double team by Minnick and Oler. That's good defense by Oler. Almost gets the interception there.
Oler trying to make a play. As that's
gonna be
Grace Yafida.
Possession. And
what a pass to Stone, and she can't cash in on the goal there.
Yeah, Stone just seemed to rush that one a little bit. She probably had an extra half second to shoot, just a little bit too high, but Stone's had a really nice offensive performance, getting open a lot of plays. That one unfortunately just sailed on her a little bit there.
MND with possession. And they just threw it out. And the Comets are going to take possession again. Stone will have it for the Comets.
As Grace Alfeda unable to come up with that one again. So that's Stone.
We expected rain today, but it's held off for the most part in this game. 19 minutes to play in the second half.
It's one of those sports that if it's raining, they're going to keep playing. They're going to keep playing
rain
unless there's lightning delays. So see a lot in baseball, softball. You get those rain delays because the dirt. But in lacrosse,
it's rain or shine. Stone looking to make a move. Just going to throw it back to Carroll. Carroll, and a beautiful pass there from Megan Carroll, adding to that assist total. As Lila Galinsky finally on the board for the Comets, and it's 18-0. Galinsky with her first goal.
Yeah, she's had a ton of assists today to go along with that goal there, and a good pass by Carroll. Carroll seemed to might have gotten hit in the face after making that pass. Looks like she started holding her face. Hopefully she's okay after making that really nice assist to Galinsky.
And that was Maria Cafaro guarding Carroll on that play. But the Comets get the goal, and the lead is 18 now.
Josie Young into the game.
Comets not able to control this one. MND with an opportunity here. Sydney Voss. Lockhart the defense there. Erica Eller, the goalie into the game for the Comets. Sort of been goalie by committee in this season, as Katie Bangs now has it. And the Comets will control. Eller is intercepted there. MND with a good defensive play, and then the Comets steal it right back. That's Galinsky.
The Comets seem to have the numbers here, but that's gonna sail out of bounds.
And Galinsky throws it out again. And then another turnover here by MND. Sloppy play from both teams as Carroll controls it.
A good move to get around a defender by Carroll, just beating the MND players down the field. And a good pass, gets rid of it at the right time there.
Here comes Claire Davis. Shut off, trying to get it into the middle. Taken.
Josie Young passes inside.
And the shot. It went in.
That was Zoe Miller.
That was
the shot.
We'll see if it counts. Some confusion. The clock stops. And the shot will not count. Talked about Megan Carroll a little bit earlier, the Hofstra commit. Comets have got a couple others. Josie Young headed to Stetson University. She's a junior.
Sydney Minnick going to Eastern Michigan, junior as well.
And then Ellie Samini heading to the University of Indianapolis after her senior year. As Zoe Miller. And it's going to be MND ball. A nice save there by Kemp. Stone putting some pressure on Cassidy Mason.
Good defense.
It's taken away by Stone.
Young and Stone doing a nice job. Stone comes up with it. Lockhart trying to fight for it, as well as Miller.
As we take a look at a quick replay here, Miller with a good opportunity there, just not able to cash in. The Comets have kind of shied away from trying to fit it into the bottom corners in this second half.
And Ainsley Kemp, Shirley's had a busy afternoon. Goalie for the Cougars, but a nice job there. Coming up and getting a big stop.
Oh, Zoe Miller gets the turnover. Here come the Comets. Josie Young.
Looks like there's going to be a foul there.
A push of some sort. Young took a tumble on that play. We've seen a yellow card assessed on Sydney Voss of MND. So it looks like Josie Young is going to get an opportunity here. 14:57 remaining. Comets with an 18-0 lead over the GCL's MND Cougars.
Young trying to cash in, make it from 19, and she does. She, that was a far shot there. Still able to get it to go right on target. Bottom left of the goal.
A little bit of distance there from Young, and it's 19-0. The Stetson commit on the board for the Comets. 14:40 remaining. And was once a 15-0 lead at halftime. Turns into a 4-goal lead, or excuse me, a 4-goal lead in the second half for the Comets. 19-0 for the game, as Sydney Minnick now in the middle.
Yeah, it's super impressive with this Comets team. We mentioned just how good they are every year, but this year more than others. 2 years ago, MND won the GCL, and the Comets got second to Sycamore. Mason was still able to win against MND 16-9, but 19-0 right now is certainly a lot different than 16-9. So it just shows how much this Comets team has improved. And And these players, unfortunately, didn't get a season last year. They're super motivated and ready to get out here and leave it all on the field in this 2021 season.
And they're certainly building a force of a program. Megan Carroll trying to get towards the goal. And MND is going to take possession. Nearly intercepted there by Stone.
Yeah, Carroll.
Crew trying to take possession.
That's going to be a foul there.
Kira Blumke knocked over Crew. Crew to Stone. Stone to the middle. It's Megan Carroll, and she gets another one to go. And the lead is 20 now.
The captain, Megan Carroll.
Megan Carroll, the Hofstra commit.
20-0.
Yeah, fourth of the game for Carroll. And 20-0, the Comets lead.
What a performance by Megan Carroll in this game. Not only passing, but also scoring. As Stone with another look right into the middle of the field where Carroll was just waiting to catch that one and put it in. 20-0, the lead for the Comets as we roll towards the halfway mark of the second half. Comets have already hit their season high in goals. 20 against Lakota West in their first GMC matchup of the season. They took that game 20-6.
Yeah, the Comets won by double-digit goals in both their games in the GMC. Against Sycamore, they won by 15, and against Lakota West, they won 14, 20-6. Or excuse, yeah, 20-6 and 19-4. The outcomes of those two games.
The Comets have had some competition. Their first two games of the season were a little bit closer than their last three have been. Springboro gave the Comets a good run until the Comets were able to win that one 14-9. And then Thomas Worthington took this Comets team to overtime before falling 11-10. And look at that pressure from Minnick. And Claire Bauer, the junior. Looks like a stoppage in play. This looks like there's going to be
MND player down. We're going to take a quick break here as the Comets lead 20-0 midway through the second half.
Do you want to retire like a champ? Just like legendary basketball star Uncle Drew?
Don't do him like that, Uncle Drew.
You're already acing the game. You've got your dream ride.
Don't be slamming my door.
Sorry about that.
You just did the same.
Gotta get the boys. Your dream vacation and your dream team. And now you can make your retirement just as legendary.
I get buckets.
Get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
On air or online, this is media for your community. This is ICRC TV.
And welcome back to Mason High School. A little stoppage in play there as Elsa Karlstrand went down with an injury. Comets hold a 20-0 lead as the rain begins to come down heavily here in Comet Country. 11:24 remaining. Comets with a dominant performance defensively and offensively, holding MND scoreless so far. And the Comets offensively have been led by Megan Carroll. 4 goals, a couple of assists from Carroll in this second half.
And Mahoney with 3 as well. She had her hat trick about 5 minutes into the game with 3 goals.
And Mahoney and Carroll both got in on the scoring action early and often.
And much the team has as well. Everyone getting involved here, 20-0. MND
looking for any glimmer of momentum. looking to carry on into their next matchup. Comets have just put together a great performance. MND, their next matchup will be on Tuesday. They'll head back home to play St. Ursula. For the Comets, they've got Oak Hills on Tuesday at Oak Hills.
Yeah, Oak Hills one of the bottom teams in the GMC, so could be another pretty easy one for the Comets with a similar score to what you're seeing here right now.
Sycamore seemed to be the Comets' biggest challenger. Of course, early in that game, it looked like it was going to be a barn burner, 4-3 early on. Both teams scoring early and often, and the Comets just ran away with it at one point, scoring 15 unanswered goals. MND with an opportunity here.
It's what we saw from M&D early in the game. It seemed in that first possession that they were doing a really good job controlling the tempo, and all of a sudden, once the Comets, because M&D won the first draw, once the Comets got the ball back there, M&D really just didn't even have a long possession for the rest of the half. So
Comes Jenna Harris controlling it for the Comets. She gets it up to Lauren Stone. Stone, one of the most versatile players on this Comets offense. Passing, cutting, and shooting, and she gets it over to Megan Carroll, the senior captain. Trying to force it into Zoe Crew. Maria Cafaro, the senior defender for the Cougars, with the penalty there.
Crew with an opportunity here, trying to give the Comets the 3-touchdown lead.
Not something you really expect when these two schools come together in any sport. That's just how good the Comets are this year. As Zoe Miller trying to force it into Young. She's going to find Crew, and Crew is going to cash in for the Comets, and there's that 3-touchdown lead with 8.5 to play. The Comets 21-0. A beautiful pass there from Miller. She tried to force it into Josie Young earlier in the possession, and MND was able to shut it off.
The Crew with their first goal on the day. Really good find by Miller. Across the field there. Crew able to knock that one down. So about 8 minutes to go. Looks like there's going to be another timeout. So it's going to be interesting to see when the Comets just kind of stop. Trying to keep scoring and just try to hold the possession out and just kind of get this one over with.
If you're the head coach of the Comets, Jim Davis, you got to be pretty happy with the early returns that you've seen from this team. Of course, runners up to Sycamore in the first girls lacrosse season in the history of the GMC. And they've come out this year with a fiery vengeance, looking to take that crown for themselves. Beat Sycamore 19-4 earlier in the week. 8:17 remaining in this game. Timeout on the field as we take a look at some upcoming events. Boys lacrosse game on April 20th. That's going to be against Lakota East.
SAW team as well, and softball for the Comets on April 21st against Lakota East as well. So those are going to be two really exciting games. Comets going up against arguably their biggest rival in lacrosse and in softball.
Both of the Lakota schools and Sycamore proved to be a thorn in the Comets' side, and vice versa in that pursuit for GMC titles. Rain coming down a little heavier now here in Comet Country, as right now the rain in this timeout pretty much just delaying the inevitable. Comets with a complete performance today.
If you're M&D now, it's all about trying to get that goal, trying to finish strong, and carry a little bit of momentum into some GCL conference play, because although it's a pretty tough loss for them, losing like this, it's just a non-conference opponent for the Cougars, so this isn't really going to affect their standings in trying to win in the GCL. So they got a big game, and they're going to have to get their minds right against St. Ursula for that next game. So just trying to finish out strong, carry some momentum into that game. So I'm sure what's being talked about in the huddle.
As we take a look at ICRC's cable TV schedule on Channel 15 on Spectrum, Cincinnati Bell. 9:30 p.m. on Saturday, April 10th for the replays. Both teams look to be retaking the field here. 21-0 lead. As Evan said earlier, the 3-touchdown lead that the Comets have achieved.
Yeah, in football in this type of game, there's 8 minutes left. Game will be almost over, but in lacrosse, 8 minutes left this game. Certainly over. As to the Comets, just trying to hold on here. And the last thing you want for the Comets or the Cougars in any type of game like this would be an injury, especially in something as bad as a blowout. So let's just hope nothing like that happens for these last 8 minutes.
The scrum in the middle there, Miller. A little confusion on that play. Marley Block attempted to control that draw there. And the Comets get another stop defensively.
MND in pretty good position there. The Comets making a really nice play.
Anna Huang coming up the field.
Yeah, Huang playing really good defense. She's been doing that all game.
Gets it up to Claire Davis. She gets the pass off to Flynn. And it's rolling away. And it's going to be taken by MND.
Yeah, it was a really nice win there by MND, able to get that one. That was number 33, Lexi Holm, the sophomore. I assumed there were 2 Comets in the area, and she was still able to come up with it.
Comets will chase down possession. We roll to the 7-minute mark of this game. Eller has it, looking to clear. The Comets with their season high in goals. And if they're able to hold MND scoreless the rest of the way, it will be their season low in goals allowed as well.
And it's got to be tough for MND, especially when you're coming off a big loss to Marymount 17-2, and then you just follow that up with a 21-0 game right now. So
Harris controls. Up the field she goes.
This MND team started off 3-0 with losses. Then they lost to Seton and Marymount. Going to have to regroup, try to fight for that. Get one of the top spots in the GCL.
Seton certainly looks like one of the better teams in the GCL. 3-0 to start conference play. As Miller has it for the Comets.
Get some substitutions right now for the Comets. Trying to delay it a little bit here. Certainly don't need to play up tempo and try to get a few more goals in this situation.
Zoe Crew now with it. MND looking to amp up the pressure a little bit, unsuccessfully. Crew has it.
See the Comets play aggressive here, try to get to 22. Instead, they kind of take it back out here.
Galinsky, the leading goal scorer for the Comets. Trying to find a teammate.
Really nice fake by Galinsky there.
Galinsky towards the goal. Miller got it.
Yeah, really nice pass from Galinsky. We talked about her goal scoring all year, but an underrated part of her game is her passing. One of the tops in GMC in that as well, and a beautiful pass there. Right into Miller. She didn't really have to stop either. Out in front of her, she was able to catch it, just get her momentum going toward the goal. And 22-0 with about 4:30 left in this one.
And Zoe Miller, only a freshman on this Comets team. Galinsky, a sophomore, young tandem there for the Comets, making a really nice play. Just under 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go. 22-0, the Comets lead.
Sammy Connors now. A draw for the Comets. Looks like MND is going to come up with it.
Oler nearly able to control it there. Here come the Cougars. Trying to find some sort of momentum. And they got it.
So that's big for them, even though it's not going to have an outcome in this game. Still really good for the momentum. I believe that was the senior, Riley Strayer. So the Cougars finally on the board here. Their season low, 2 goals on the year. Probably going to try to at least match that there.
So take a look at that nice play there. Strayer getting it right past the leg of Erica Eller as MND able to finally get on the board.
It would have been a tough save for Grove there. Nice low, bounced it in. The left corner of the net.
Interesting stat, including this game and their last game, the Comets have allowed a combined 2 goals in the second halves of play. The Comets looking to get on the board again and answer back. Livia Oler with it, gets it to Connors. Connors to Davis. And a whistle. Looks like Comets are going to take possession here. Claire Davis with it. 2:54 remaining. As a timeout is called on the play. .254 remaining. 22-1 lead for the Comets. And we're going to head to a quick break. We'll be back with the final 2:54 of this game. Comets with a 22-1 lead. MND just getting on the board in the second half.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to ICRC TV Sports. Three-pointer. Got it! In for the Comets score. Win! Comets win! Yeah!
On air or online. This is media for your community. This is ICRC TV.
Welcome back to Mason High School. Good day for lacrosse today. Comets with 2:54 remaining in the second half. A 22-1 lead over GCL's Mount Notre Dame Cougars.
Yeah, Comets, a big performance today, and luckily looks like we were able to get this game in. The weather seemed to be, rain seemed to be coming down pretty good early in the forecast today, but it's looking good. Probably going to wrap this one up soon. That's 22-1, and we just want to say thanks to everyone behind the camera putting this broadcast together. Certainly wouldn't be possible without them. See all the people doing a great job with the cameras, as well as the executive producer, graphics, all of us working together, and it's been a lot of fun doing these broadcasts, not only for lacrosse, but in all the sports all year.
Certainly had some great opportunities to cover some very entertaining sporting events. And despite the blowout, this has been a lot of the same. Comets putting together a really fundamentally sound performance. And the Cougars have fought back in this second half a little bit, showing some momentum. Only allowed 7 goals compared to 15 in that first half.
Yeah, this team certainly is not going to quit. As we saw with the goal there, still going to play hard, still going to give 100% effort throughout the rest of the game.
And that's something you expect from a team and a school of MND's caliber. Just a little bit overmatched today. A dominant Comets team that is clearly special. Hoping to make a run at a state title possibly this year.
Yeah, this team definitely has the state potential. They got a variety of scores, strong defense, and there's not a clear weakness on this team.
And offensively, they've got some stars. Defensively, very sound, fundamental.
And it's a quick, athletic team, able to beat defenders and use their length to get some shots. And it's just tough for a lot of these opponents. For the Comets, certainly wouldn't want to play against them.
And this is not a team that you want to meet up against in your quest for a conference title or a state title. Comets proving to be a dominant force in Southwest Ohio early on in this season. And they're not done yet in this one. Looking still for some offensive plays.
Yeah, passed the crew there a little too long. So going out of bounds, MND with possession. About 2 minutes to go.
Comets still pressuring as you see Zoe Crew there. An attack player for the Comets, and that one is sailed. And it will be controlled by Taylor Cox. Cox, a junior, she's the leading goal scorer for MND. She is not on the board yet. With 1:30 remaining, we've had a running clock for the entire second half and about half of the first.
Yeah, Riley Strayer, the only MND player with a goal in this one. There's going to be an opportunity here. The Cougars trying to cash in
Sydney
the second
Voss.
goal.
Sydney Voss, the junior for the Cougars.
She's been on these draw plays today as Voss.
It's Coach Davis clearly frustrated with something.
The clock's still running here. Just about under a minute to go as
looks like MND is not going to get that opportunity as the Comets are actually going to take possession.
So the Comets are just kind of content to run the clock out and get this one over with. Not receiving a ton of pressure. Starts to pick up a little bit though with about 30 to go. A little bit confusion there as MD thought they were getting a shot. Instead it's the Comets. And here's a penalty on the play.
Be a turnover by the Comets as Cox has it for MND.
Yeah, MND trying to carry the momentum into the next game, trying to get that last goal if they can.
Voss outside. LaSala guarding her. Voss pressuring defense. Cougars trying to get something. That was Lucy Sander. And with 2 seconds remaining, that's going to be the end of this one as the Comets with a wire-to-wire dominant performance, 22-1, the final score.
Yeah, huge win for the Comets. MND ended the game on a 1-0 run, but unfortunately for them, the Comets scored 22 goals before that. So, Comets, the big 21-goal win. I'm Evan Amazon, joined by Addison Lenhart, and thank you for tuning in all game. And be sure to tune into some future ICRC TV broadcasts we're covering. A lot of exciting sports this spring. Thanks again.